Hi Madrina, I know you asked me on like a video to how to do the bows, okay? You first wrap the ribbon. You can do like one side or all four sides like a gift. I mean, it is a gift, but I need enough ribbon to not only tie on both sides, but also to kind of leave like a little ribbon, especially if it's something pretty like with words, okay? So I tie it just like if you're gonna tie a shoelace before you do the bow. Now for your ribbon, make sure that there's wire at the end, and you can make it into a big bow, or you can make it into a medium or small bow, like the size you want. So I kind of put it towards the gift to see what kind of size I want. And then I do 5 to 6 loops. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so it just depends on how full you want it. If it's a real thin ribbon, sometimes I'll do 7 or 8 just so it can look fuller. Okay. Okay. Now, where you have the inside, because you're gonna have to pull on it, sometimes if it's long enough, I'll leave it towards the bottom. But if I feel like it's too, because I'm gonna have to pull on it, I'll put it on its side. Okay, and so I'll make sure that this is on the top or in the middle part of the bottom. So now I fold it. I press it all the way down. And then once it's completely flat, I fold it in half. Okay? Now because it's wire, I press the bottom part like this. I kind of pinch it. That way it'll stay. So now I put it in the middle of the gift box, and then I put the middle part over. That way you can have some of the words in the middle of the bow, but you don't have to. It just depends on like what kind of ribbon you have. Okay, once I almost have that, I fold it up to make sure that it's in the center. I hold it like that, and then I tie it. Okay, so I tie it on one side. That way it's on the bottom part. And make sure it's tight. Then I twist it around to the other side, and I do the same thing. I tie it like a shoelace. Make sure it's really tight. Okay. And then the extra, I just leave it kind of like a ribbon with the saying. If for some reason it's a little torn, then I just cut it. Okay. Now you can always do that part last, depending on how the ribbon shows. And so this is going to be an extra. I might leave it as part of the ribbon, or I might put it as a ribbon towards the gift. Okay, so now, once this is here, I kind of pop it up. I pop it up like this. Then I go from the inside, I take it out. I just make sure it's, oops, see now that one kind of came out. And that's come I like to do the cut sides to the bottom part. I just pop it up and I move it forward. I pop it up and I move it forward. Don't worry about where it is. I just make sure that it's open and then it moves forward. And I keep taking it piece by piece. And then later, once you have all of them, then you can kind of make sure things are separated, and so everything looks curved like a bow. Okay, once I'm finished with one side, then I do the other side. So again, I pop it up and move from the inside out, pull on it, I pop it up, move it forward. Then I do the other one the other way, and pop it up, move it forward. Pop it up, move it forward. it up, move it forward. Pop it up. Okay, and so now once they're all popped up, I look at the actual bow and then I kind of separate it out. And so that way it looks round and full. And to make sure that all the little pieces are open. So it looks more like a bow. You know, if it has words, sometimes I try to match the words, but it just depends on the type of material. So this material is a little different because it's more like a fabric material. So sometimes the ones that are a little sheer work a little easier. Okay. Okay, now there's the bow. Okay, now when you have the extras like this, I make it pop out. Now, I cut it so the words kind of match. You can twist it to the other side, or you can twist it sideways, depending on how you want the bow to look. But if you want it sideways or facing forward. Okay. So once you have it, you can make this shorter, or to match the other one, and to match this side. Okay, or you can fold it in and make it part of the bow. Okay, now this material, and see how it says like Merry Christmas when you fold it like that? I did that on purpose. That way it can read across the bow. Now this you can leave it popped up, or you can push it in so it can look like a little flatter. So it just depends on how you like your bow. Okay, and this is with a fabric material. Okay, Madrina, now this is a different type of ribbon. It's more sheer, and it's not like the fabric like the other one, but it still has the wires on the side. So for this gift, it's a smaller gift, and instead of just doing one around, I did all 4 around, okay? And I still tied it just like before you're gonna tie a bow on your shoelace. Okay, so I have the sides here, and I put that on the sides, and then I press it down to half it, like that in the middle. That way when I pull on it, so it won't come out. Okay, and I still do the same thing as the other one. I fold it in half. Okay. And then right here at the bottom, I pinch it. That way it'll stay. Okay. All right, so now I put the longer piece of bow string on from the gift box over the middle part of the bow, and then again I tie it just like a shoelace. Okay, and so I just make one on one side, and I do it real tight, and then I turn it around. I twist the 2 sides to the other side, and I do the same thing. And so I tie it like a shoelace, and so I tie it as tight as possible. Okay, then those bottom pieces, I just kind of open them up. That way it can look like a nice 2 ribbons hanging. Okay, if for some reason something's sticking out, like those little wires, I just cut them off. Okay, so now you have these 2, just like the other one, you pop them out. I make them pop out, and this is why the wire thing works really well. So again, I do what I did in the last one. I pull it out, and I just open it and pull it up. I open it, pull it up. I open it and pull it up. And I don't care where it lands. We'll worry about that later. I just open it and put it up. And then the last two, I open it and pull them up. Okay? Then I go to the other side and I do the same thing to this side. So I open it, pull it up. I open it, pull it up. I open it, pull it up. Open it, pull it up. I separate these last two. I open it and I pull them up. Okay, now I start to make it look more like a bow. Okay, now this one's a little too up, so I'm going to push it down a little bit. And this is where I start making sure all the spaces are covered. And it just depends on how you like your bow. If you like it up and poofy, you can leave it like that. And you just kind of open the little spaces. Okay, there we go. Okay, now you can kind of make it more round if you want to. And there's your bow. Okay, and you can move the, if it doesn't look like it's in the middle, then just move the strings on the outside and there you go, and it's centered. And there's your bow. And do it this way. Okay. And this is with the more sheer ribbon, and it's got the snowflakes or the glitter and all of that. And it's a thinner material than the other one. Okay, that's the one we just made, and that's a different material than this one, than that material. Okay, and so this one's more like a fabric. That one's more like a velvet, and sometimes that one's a little harder because it can tear easily. But you can use ones with designs and put the belt buckle in the middle. And this one's, it's thin, but it's sometimes a little harder to shape. So it just depends, and you can use some with like words on it, or just like with glitter and stuff on it. And you see how the stuff that's left over, I leave it kind of like a little, like those ribbon bows. Now sometimes I'll put them on the same, and then you can have one with a different design like that too. And so sometimes I leave them to where you can have like the bow ribbons on the bottom, so you can have long ribbons, but it just depends on like how you want to design it. And that's it. That's how you make the bows. I hope you like it, Madrina.